ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be going over my mock draft. 2023 NFL mock draft, my first ever mock draft, and I'm super excited, man. Wanted to release this a while back, but things happen, I got sick, my mic broke, so, we had to delay this, and since the time passes and all that stuff, you have to adjust the mock. So that's what I did. This is my finale or my finished product, I guess, of my mock draft. So let's get right into it. Starting off with the first overall pick, the Panthers. I have the Carolina Panthers taking C.J. Stroud. It has to be C.J. Stroud. They literally traded up for the first overall pick after the combine, and obviously they were amazed from C.J. Stroud. So I have them taking C.J. Stroud. The guy's taller than Bryce Young, more durability, and he's both Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud are very talented. But again, it comes down to the height. C.J. Stroud has that over Bryce Young, so C.J. Stroud number one. Texans. Now, Texans are hard. They really are. And recent news that came out right now for Bryce Young is that he has the same agent as Deshaun Watson. As Deshaun Watson, who just like literally got traded 2 years ago, maybe one. I have no idea. From the Texans to the Browns. It was 1 year, right? 1 year. Oh, because he had all that issues and stuff. Like he already wanted out and all that stuff, but he had you know stuff going on with him. Don't want to get into that, but yeah, he had off the field stuff going on. So the Texans could go deep, the best defensive player on the board, and that's probably will be Will Anderson for them. But right here, I got him going with Bryce Young, going with a superstar quarterback to lead their offense, and yeah. For number three, Cardinals, I got him going with the best defensive player because they have Kyle Murray, but Kyle Murray, you know, has issues again. But oh man, just having to take the best available player, and that's Will Anderson. And then the Colts, I got him going Anthony Richardson from Florida. This guy's been a stud in this off season right now. Combine went off, pro day went off. Man's super tall, 6'5", I believe. Huge guy, runs faster than any of the quarterbacks that came out the past couple years, dude. Absolute freak. And for me personally, I would sit Anthony Richardson for a year, let him soak in all that information from the veterans, from the coaching staff, let him, just learn. Because he's only played one season. One season in college football, dude. Look at his stats, dude. He legitimately was a gadget guy in Florida until this past year, and then he went off. Obviously, had a phenomenal year in Florida, and it's made him a top five prospect, you know. But I would let him sit a year, digest everything, let the game slow down for him, because if you throw him out there, it's gonna be tough for him the first couple of games. I mean, for every rookie it is, but it might be even tougher because he's gonna be playing against the best people in the whole world. This is the National Football League. So I would let him sit a year, but the coach might have other plans. Let him start. Let him struggle. Let him figure it out. That's up to them. For number five, for the Seahawks, I got Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter, man, a lot of off the field issues right now, and the man's not in a good place right now. Not at all. And I think the Seattle Seahawks is the best scenario for him, the best place for him personally and for his game. You know, you have Richard Sherman over there, Cam Chancellor, who could just help this man. You have the fans, like you just have people over there that can help Jalen Carter get through what he's going through. Very, he's not in the right place right now. And that's why everybody's saying he's dropping off the board and all that stuff, dropping down and down and down, which he is. It's very true, but you just have to get the right people around him, give him the help he needs, and he'll perform. Let him perform. And Seattle Seahawks, for me personally, should be the best scenario for Jalen Carter for him to be successful in the NFL. At number six, I got Witherspoon coming off the board, hard hitting, a hard hitting corner, and just right now, literally, probably like an hour and a half ago, the Lions traded Jeff Okuda to the Falcons for a fifth round pick. I don't know if it was in this year's draft or next year's draft, but for a fifth round pick, and that just seals in that for the sixth overall pick, they are going for the top corner, whoever that may be. And I think Witherspoon legitimately just had an interview with the Lions, so coincidence, coincidence. You know, it is what it is. They traded a corner. You have the opportunity to take the best corner off the board. You know, and then I got the Raiders taking Joey Porter Jr. They need a guy. They need a corner over there. They need a guy that can take away one side of the field. Joey Porter Jr. is that guy. And then for the Falcons, I was, a little in between of where they should go, but they're going Jackson Smith, Njigba. Let's be real. The past couple of drafts, the Falcons have literally been stocking up on that weapons for the offense. They got Drake London last year. Before that, the year before that, they got Pitts. That guy's a beast as well. Kyle Pitts. And now I got him going with a slot guy. A crazy offense right there if they do go receiver. And I think they should to for Ridder. Ridder's their guy, huh? That's what I would do for them. And yeah, and for the Bears, they're going offensive line. Let's be real. They didn't. What's it called in free agency? They didn't get any tackles. I thought they were gonna go. What's his name? What's his name? I'm blanking on his name. Ooh, what's his name? I don't know, but the Bengals got him, I think. Oh my gosh, I'm going blank on his name. He was on the Chiefs. He was on the Chiefs. He was a left tackle, and yeah, I thought the Bears were gonna get him, but they get their left tackle right here. And then number 10, I got the Eagles going Robertson. This is no. For me personally, I would not draft Robertson at number 10, even though he's very, very talented. Reminds me of a lot of Saquon Barkley. That's a very, a very well-known name, a guy for him to, do Saquon Barkley to compare him to. That's what I'm trying to say, to compare him to. But me personally, I would not go receiver. I would go, not receiver, running back. I would go edge here for the Eagles. But the Eagles, Robertson has the same agent as legitimately Jalen Hurts. Um, Robinson has also visited the Eagles the first day they were able to visit. So I don't know. It just seems like they're gonna go Robinson. They either go Robinson or they trade back. They're gonna do one of those two. All right. Number 11's the Titans. They need receivers. They really do, and they could go with the top receiver on their board. Najigba's off the board already, but they're still talented receivers. But their O line is terrible, dude. They lost one of their top guards, Nate Davis. They lost him, and the tackles are not getting better. So I got him going with Florida man. He guy's a stud. He can move bodies, help to run game for Derrick Henry, and yeah, for the Texans, I got him going a receiver here. Receiver and Johnston, big guy. Reminds me of D Hop, bro. I was one of the first people to. I mean, I obviously didn't have a YouTube channel back then, but I watched TCU a lot, and that was like the only team that I've seen. And I was like, dude, this guy's pretty good. He reminded me a little bit of D Hop. And I don't know if that's what people are comparing Johnson to, but That's who he reminds me of. Got to get your franchise quarterback and what's his name? Bryce Young, a receiver, a number one receiver, and Johnson, and then have them doing that, you know. And then Jets, getting Wilson, an edge guy, top five player in this year's draft. And this guy's legit, man. Has the length, has the extreme power. I forgot how much he benched at the combine, but you see it on tape. He moves bodies, you know. He really got the power rush, and yeah, top five player, easy pick for the Jets right there. All right, so the Patriots right here. Patriots, you legitimately never know, so I gave him Carter because Carter is 6'7", extremely long, and skinny. He's very skinny. He's just just a crazy guy to pick right here. Crazy guy to pick, and I think the Patriots will be like, you know what, we're gonna take him. All right, for the Packers, Jordan Addison, they need a receiver. They can very easily go tight end, but Jordan Addison, on my board, he's number two. He's the second best receiver in this draft. And Jordan Love, I think, is going to be a starting quarterback. So, who they got a receiver over there? They don't really got no one. They got, what's his name? Dobbs. What's his name? Watson. Is that it? I think that's it. They got Ron Cobb. Get Jordan Addison, a route runner. He can do it. He can do it all. He can go over the top. He can play your little what do you call it? Reverse game. He could do all that stuff. He could be a gadget guy. He could go over the top. Phenomenal route runner. Jordan Addison for the Packers. And then for the Washington Commanders, I was tempted to go guard right here, but I think the value of tight end is too high. You got the option to pick whoever you want from the tight end position, and the tight end class is very nice. And I got him going Dalton Kincaid from Utah. Guy's a beast. Guy's legit. He knows how to get open, man. He's solid. He's like okay at blocking, but he knows how to get open. And I think Washington would love to have a guy to get the easy catch, easy passes. And then Pittsburgh, I got him going D tackle, the homecomer from Pittsburgh, Casey Cansey. I apologize if I'm saying that wrong. Guy's a beast. His comparison is literally Aaron Donald, bro. You can't pass on that. The guy's on the shorter side, very powerful, super fast. I mean, look at this. What's it called? 10-yard split, dude. Extremely elite. Guy has to go right here. If he drops any further than this, expect teams to try to trade up for him. All right, Lions. I got Myles Murphy. They gotta get another guy on the on the defensive side. Oh no, I had him taking Witherspoon. My bad. So they need an edge rusher. They got what's his name? Hmm. They're kind of second guessing this one because they got Hutchinson, but Hutchinson could drop back. I don't know if Murphy could drop back. I thought they played a 4-3. They don't play a 4-3. They play 3-4. So I don't know if Murphy could play that. So my bad, but Murphy's elite edge rusher. So either way, this is very good talent. Um, the Bucks, Paris Johnson Jr., phenomenal pass blocker from Ohio State. The Bucks need offensive line. They just do. I think every other mock has them taking an edge rusher. I mean, if I'm the Bucks, bro, you gotta protect your offense. I know it's Baker Mayfield at quarterback, but let's be real. Baker Mayfield's not the long-term answer. So for whoever is back there, you gotta get him protection, because he might not be that good this year, especially when Devin White literally request for a trade today. So I would think about the future. I'm just throwing that out there. And then Christian Gonzalez for the Seahawks, man, stacking up on that defense. Christian Gonzalez at this point should not be on the board. but right here he is, and we're doing no trades, so Christian Gonzalez for the Seahawks will be phenomenal. Get two elite cornerbacks for the Seahawks with what's his name? Woodland? I don't know his name. I know, and he wasn't one of my guys, so I don't really know his name. He's one of the guys that everybody was talking about, like, nah, he ain't that good, and he ended up being that good. So yeah, but you get two legit corners, the starting corners, and you got Carter, so that'll be elite defense right there. You got Bobby Wagner back too, that deep, and Jamal Adams, bro. That defense would be elite if this were to happen, you know. And for the Chargers, man, Zay Flowers, he's my third ranked receiver on for me. He falls to 21. Keenan Allen has been hurt. He's on the older side. You gotta get Herbert an elite receiver. You could get him a speedster to take off the top, you know, because you have Williams, who's a jump ball machine. You got Keenan Allen, who's an inside, route runner, but you don't have that deep threat. But long term, Zay Flowers, he's a beast. He could go over the top as well. He's just not. That's not his what is excellent at. He's a phenomenal route runner. That's what he is, and that's why he's number 3 on my rankings. Because he could do it all really, but what he excels at is his route running skills, like Antonio Brown and stuff like that. And yeah, Zay Flowers, get get Herbert a long term receiver, and that's Zay Flowers. All right, the Ravens. I got him going corner with Dante Banks. This guy will fit perfect into the Ravens scheme. Wait, I put South Carolina. He is not from South Carolina. That's my bad. He's not from South Carolina. He's from Maryland. That's why I changed that. I remember seeing that and being like, oh yeah, he's not from South Carolina. He's from Maryland. But yeah, Dante Banks will fit right into that scheme on that defense for the Ravens. Will be a phenomenal pick by them. The Vikings, I got him going linebacker. Simpson, this man's a beast. Super fast, taller. He's 6'3". He can come down, lay some hits. Phenomenal linebacker. You lost Eric Kendricks. I will replace him with Simpson. Everybody has him. What's the Arkansas guy? Ooh, what's his name? I like the Arkansas guy, but nah, I'll go Simpson right here. He's my best linebacker. And yeah, and then the Jaguars, bro. The Jaguars, I got him going tight end. That's kind of old. Like I feel like I didn't change the Jaguars pick. That was like kind of my first when I first made this. I put the tight end. I feel like they were gonna pick tight end, but at this point, I think they're gonna go like D tackle. But right here, we'll just go with it. Washington, phenomenal talent anyways. This guy moves people off the line. He can, jump ball machine. Huge, breaks tackles. This guy's a phenomenal talent right here as well. But, I will go with something else. And then number 25, I got Keyshawn. I don't know, should I say his name? Bote from LSU. This man's in the combine, this might be a little too high for everybody, to be honest. I think everybody will be like, what? Why him? But I don't know. He's a phenomenal route runner as well. I like route runners. Guy showed it at the combine. He has maybe Downs is probably better. My bad. I probably should have put Downs. But the Giants are interviewing receivers. At first, everybody had guard at 25. Now they're kind of changing it to receiver because the Giants are interviewing receivers. I believe the two receivers that were interviewed today was Hyatt and Zay Flowers. I believe Zay Flowers will be off the board before 25, but there is a possibility. You never know. I think this year's draft is going to be crazy. I think there's going to be multiple trades, and the whole, our mock drafts are going to be out the window. It only takes one thing to change all this stuff. And then right here, Cowboys, I got Michael Mayer. For me, he's the best tight end in this year's draft class, and his player comp is literally Jason Witten. So that's pretty crazy how I got them together. Did not did do that intentionally, but I think the Cowboys are for sure going tight end was their 26th overall pick, and it may be Michael Mayer. They probably want Dalton, but I think they're good with Michael Mayer. And then Drew Sanders for the Bills, and they lost Edmonds. Drew Sanders, I think, will fit into that role, that tackle machine role that Edmonds was, that leader that Edmonds was. I think Sanders will fill in that role real quick. Obviously, he'll be a rookie, so the leader role will probably most likely be Milano, but Sanders will long term be the captain of that defense. And then the Bengals didn't want to lose their tight end that uh, Hurston, I think he was. He went to the Panthers. Phenomenal tight end. He played really good on the Bengals, but they ended up losing him. So I got the Bengals taking a tight end due to that. Luke Musgrave, a phenomenal tight end as well. Good after the catch, breaks tackles. You know, Joe Burrow with Luke Musgrave would be phenomenal. And then Lucas Van Ness, bro, phenomenal guy, young guy. He's been in the game for a little bit, so there's a lot to learn. I think the Saints could get the job done for him, teach him, all the stuff they know. And then for the Eagles, I have them going edge here. Um, for me, the Eagles was very hard to pick right here. I don't know if they should go safety, edge, receiver, or like lineman, or they could go with a lot of stuff. But I think the most value is edge, and I think Will McDonald will be the best value. Again, he's only been playing for like I think since like high school. Venice was literally legit. He only played in college, and then McDonald has been playing. I think only like his sophomore year in high school or something like that. He hasn't been in the game for that long. And I think for him personally, going to the Eagles will be a perfect fit. You'll get to learn from Brandon Graham, Josh Sweat, Cox. Like you have all these veterans they can learn from. I think that would be a phenomenal pick for the Eagles long term because Will McDonald should learn a good amount of stuff. He wouldn't be an instant starter, but long term he'll be a stud for the Eagles. And then for the final pick of this year's 2023 NFL draft, I have Jalen Hyatt for the Chiefs, and I made this a long time ago. At this point, I highly doubt Jalen Hyatt falls to the Chiefs, but if he does, we all messed up. We really did. Like we all messed up. The Chiefs would be unstoppable, and they would legit have an elite deep threat, like legitimately another Tyreek Hill for Patrick Mahomes, but a bigger size. Tyreek Hill is a little short. Jalen Hyatt is legit. He's legit, bro. It'll be freaking crazy if the Chiefs somehow get Jalen Hyatt, bro. And the NFL, every other team would be screwed, if this would happen. And we'll just leave it at that, man. We'll leave it at that. All right, so that was my first ever mock draft. I know I had some like picks that probably wouldn't happen, like the Giants pick. I don't think Keyshawn gets picked that high. And there was another one. Oh, my Jaguars pick. I didn't really like that one either. But it is what it is. I like all the other picks, to be honest. Let me know what y'all think, because this is my first ever official mock draft. And let me all know what you think, what you thought, how it was. Like and subscribe. And I hope you all enjoyed. And I hope you all have a phenomenal after this, man. I appreciate y'all, and